Hello everyone, Shabby here, and do not adjust your sets. Yes, we are back with SWE. We're starting things off, of course, with a massive lockdown pay-per-view. I'm under lockdown, so let's all be under lockdown. In our main show, coming up after this video, we will have AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe versus Shinsuke Nakamura in a triple threat match. We will also see a tag team qualifying match. We're going to have 4 of these over the next 4 shows. The winners of each of those will go into a tag team championship match. And our main event of the main show will be a SWE Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber match. Essentially, I've just picked 6 of my favourites, so hopefully we're going to get a cracking match out of that. But on tonight's pre-show, 2 matches for you. We're going to start things off with a triple threat Darby, Allin, Tomassao, Ciampa and Oney Lorcan. And then we're going to have an 8-man over-the-top rope battle royal. Cesaro, Pete Dunne, Keith Lee, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Johnny Gargano, Eric Young, and the Velveteen Dream. Without further ado, let's get straight into our opening match of the pre-show. And here we go. It has been a long time since I've done any of these videos. I must admit this year's game has really been a disappointment for me. It really has been not very good. There's been a lot of bugs and it really did put me off for quite some time. But you know what? Like I say, I'm off work for 3 weeks in lockdown, so I thought what better time to try this back out than right now. And bringing it back with the lockdown pay-per-view. A great chance for us to crown our first SWE champion in this year's game. I think we're going to do this one a little bit different this year. I'm decided not really to do any monthly or any weekly sort of episodic shows. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do pay-per-views whenever I get the chance to record some. Possibly once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks, depending on how busy I am with other stuff in real life. But each pay-per-view will have some sort of loose theme. I don't think we're going to be too rigid. I mean, we will span the genres, we will span different companies, we'll span different styles, we'll span different eras, and I think it's going to be pretty fun to see how all things do pan out. But this is a great way to start this Universe Mode back up. Like I say, we have got a Elimination Chamber match tonight to crown our first SWE champion, but kicking things off here with a triple threat match between 3 very intense competitors. We, of course, have got Oney Lorcan and Tomassao Ciampa currently running from NXT. And we have also got, of course, Darby Allin, one of AEW's best bright up-and-comers. One of wrestling's best bright up-and-comers at this point in time, actually, as well. So, should be a very interesting match. The winner of this one is definitely going to get themselves a bit of a boost in the rankings. That is something we will be keeping an eye on if we can. You've basically just got to take your opportunities. This match is a very great opportunity for these 3 guys. Not only will it be a fantastic opportunity to boost themselves up in the rankings, but it's also a fantastic opportunity to be seen to have the first victory in this year's SWE wrestling card, essentially. Granted, it's only the pre-show, but everyone's going to start somewhere, and I think these 3 are absolutely fantastic. Of course, also in the pre-show, the 8-man over-the-top rope battle royal. Once again, a great opportunity for someone to showcase their ability and a great opportunity for someone to stand out. And who knows, you can get yourself a championship match in the next few weeks. Of course, at the moment, we're just going to be going, look, Darby Allin going for some weaponry here. Found himself a baseball bat. That's a very long baseball bat. Right into the spine, though, of Tomassao Ciampa, and across the knees as well. Yeah, it's a great opportunity. Really good opportunity as Darby Allin straight with the pin here. Only a 1 count. He can't believe it. But of course, we're not just going to have this one SWE title. We're going to start off with that for now. But moving forward, as we know, we are going to have a tag team championship. We've got 4 qualifiers in the next 4 shows. And they will all go forward into a fatal 4-way. Not quite sure if we're going to do ladder yet or just elimination. Depends how well the match type works, I suppose. But to crown our first tag team champions, like I say, each show is going to be slightly different themes, different styles, and that sort of stuff. So I feel like that will be a fantastic opportunity for us to utilize some very different tag teams as well. For example, tonight we have got the Lucha Brothers, the Young Bucks, And we have got the Revival fighting for that first place in that championship match. Our next show, I believe, is going to be a little bit more mid-90s themed. For reasons that will become apparent in the next few days. As Tommaso Ciampa here with a pin. Only Lorcan's got himself a steel chair. Lorcan's a bit slow there, and Tommaso Ciampa gets the victory out of nowhere. Only Lorcan was under the ring looking for some weaponry, and Tommaso Ciampa took the opportunity while his back was turned to get the pinfall victory over Darby Allin. So Ciampa is the one building up the momentum here today. He has got himself a victory, and he will be very happy with that. Maybe I will have to do some sort of ranking system. I could do, actually, yeah. Tommaso Ciampa. Maybe I just do a win-loss system. And sort of keep track of whoever's got the most wins and losses and that sort of stuff. And that way we can... Yeah, rather than doing... I did it before. I got very confused the way I did it before. So I won't post it anywhere. I'll just keep track of it myself, I think. But yeah, Tommaso Ciampa, fantastic victory for him in the first match of SWE in 2K20. And who knows, this could be the start of something very, very good for him. Great victory. And now we'll move on to our second match and our final match of the pre-show, the 8-man over the top rope battle royal. And here we go then, 8-man over the top rope battle royal. Again, nothing up for grabs here, but a great opportunity for one of these guys to showcase their ability in our first ever card. And we've got elimination already. I wasn't even paying attention. Who was that? That's Pete Dunne has been gone already. I didn't really see who eliminated. I'll have to have a check of that afterwards. But Pete Dunne eliminated very, very quickly. Is now Velveteen, Dream, and Cesaro working over Johnny Gargano, who goes flying over the top as well. I thought this would be a bit of a slower match, to be honest, but we've already had 2 eliminations very, very quickly. Johnny Gargano and Pete Dunne being eliminated. I've set my little rankings up as well. It looks like it's pretty good, actually. I've done it a bit different than normal. Literally just got a win column, a loss column, and I've got a sum at the end, so it's wins minus losses gives you a total score. So at the moment, Tommaso Ciampa is on 1. Darby Allin, Oney Lorcan, both on -1. So that'll give us a great opportunity to sort of figure out who's going to be going for championships and so forth. As not Tommaso Ciampa, sorry, Johnny Cesaro pushing Velveteen over the top, and we've got a little bit of time here about elimination. It's been crazy first few moments, hasn't it? As now Ricochet hoisting up Keith Lee as Tommaso Ciampa I keep calling Tommaso Ciampa, he's not, as he. Cesaro eliminating Velveteen Dream. He won't be happy with that. Keith Lee, nice. Jab right in the face. I think we'll have a few of these sort of battle royals. I'm not quite sure who we'll use, though. I don't know, I might not do more of these. I think they're good ideas to have, especially on these opening shows, especially in pre-shows and that, just to give us a bit more of a chance to see more of the roster. As there goes Cesaro, eliminated by Ricochet. We now have Drew McIntyre, Eric Young, Ricochet, and Keith Lee left in the ring. One of these 4 is going to take every advantage here. Keith Lee, nice flatliner there on Ricochet. I think this whole card looks pretty good to me. I'm really looking forward to the Chamber. Essentially what I've tried to do, instead of keeping to some sort of theme, I've just tried to build a show using some of my favourite wrestlers and some of the people that I think will be a good match. So I think that's what we're going to continue in the future. I think rather than trying to hold ourselves back, we're just going to go all out there and try whatever the hell we can to just have some fantastic matches. As Drew McIntyre now with Eric Young on the top. Will Eric Young be the next one to be eliminated? No. Managed to get his elbow right in the face of Drew McIntyre to keep himself safe. McIntyre, nice running knee strike right in the face, and then catches Ricochet with that flatliner straight out as well. Keith Lee now. Dragging Eric Young across, and Keith Lee with him up on his shoulder. Lee, just jumps Eric Young over the top. Wow. Keith Lee really showcasing his ability here today. We know how big and strong this man is. I am looking forward to a Keith Lee versus Brock Lesnar match at some point in this universe mode. We are going to do that. I'm sure it will happen at some point. Keith Lee now with McIntyre up on the corner once again. Lee looking incredibly strong now. Can he get another elimination? Ricochet thought about helping out then, decided to let Keith Lee use up some of his energy. However, it did mean that Drew McIntyre was safe. And now McIntyre and Ricochet both working over Lee until they change their mind and start to go after each other. That's a strong forearm there by Drew McIntyre, dropping Ricochet with a pile driver. Which one of these three, should I say, will come out with the victory in this match here and maybe even get themselves on the main card for the next show. Well, Keith Lee not happy with that forearm by Ricochet, but Ricochet then caught him with a Hurricanrana, taking him down standing, shooting star press as well. But McIntyre up behind Ricochet without him noticing. Now McIntyre looking to try and get the elimination, just clotheslines Ricochet over the top. We're down to the two big men now then, Keith Lee and Drew McIntyre. Both of these looking ever so strong. There's the flatliner. I'm very tempted to say the winner of this match should get an opportunity at the SWE Championship in the future, you know. I'm very, very tempted. But it's still very early days. Let's not put all of our eggs in a basket straight away. It looks like we were looking for a bro kick there by McIntyre, but Keith Lee, big chop right across the face. Lee now bringing McIntyre back up to his feet. Drags him across. Keith Lee clotheslines McIntyre over the top. Bask in his glory because he has won this 8-man over the top rope battle royal, and Keith Lee is walking away with that all-important ranking point here this evening, and that is big, big for him. He will join Tomassao Ciampa on 1 point at the top of the rankings, and definitely be looking to push himself further forward in the next few shows. You never know, Keith Lee could be a future SWE champion in the waiting. But that is it for our pre-show right now. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then make sure you stick around, because not long from now, we will have the main lockdown show uploaded and ready to go. It's going to be an absolute cracker. 3 huge matches on there for you. Of course, we've got the tag team triple threat match. We have got AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Shinsuke Nakamura, and we have got, of course, that 6-man elimination chamber match to crown our first SWE champion of WWE 2K20. Like, subscribe, other good stuff, and I'll see you very, very soon for Lockdown.